Hello viewers, welcome to the episode 8.3 of ICSE Foundation Mathematics Class 10, R.S. Agrawal, Goel Brothers publication, chapter number 24 and statistics. We are working with the statistic unit, and as I told in the previous unit that we are going to work out with an example. So here this is an example. A distance kilometer of 40 engineers from their residence to their place of work is found as follows: 5, 3, 10, 20, dash dash dash, 7, 6 and 12. So as I told in the previous episode that I'm going to show you some terms and terminologies related to these statistics. So first one is the data. So the example that what I have mentioned here is a data or data, and the numbers, that means 5 of them, sorry, not 5 but 5, 3, 10, 20, 25, all these things are nothing but the frequencies. These are the 40 engineers, and they are coming to their workplace from their residence, which is of about, as for example, 5 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, like that, and that is nothing but the frequency. Here minimum, if you see, it is 2, and the maximum if you see is 32. So minimum frequency, that is 2 kilometers, and maximum is the 32 kilometers. So difference between them is 32 minus 2, that is 30. And if I want to have classes, then if I divide by 5, I will be getting nearly to 6 classes. So I will take 0 to 5, that is a class interval, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 35. Because the minimum frequency, which is 2, is going to be grouped in 0 to 5. 5 to 10 you will be having 7, 8, like that. From 10 to 15 you will be having 12, 11, then here 12. All these things will be there in the groups. So these 0, 5, 5, 10, all these things are class interval. Now 0 to 5, in that one, 0 is the lower limit and 5 is the upper limit. So now in this class intervals or the limits, you are having two types, that is inclusive form and the exclusive form. Now what is the meaning of exclusive and inclusive form? First of all, we'll talk about exclusive form. So exclusive form, 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15. You see 5 is here, that means it is continuating. So 0, 5, 5, 10. So I have taken this one, 0, 5, 5, 10, 10, 15, 15, 20. So that means 5, 5, 10, 10, 15, 15, 20, 20. It is a continuous class intervals. So if it is a continuous class intervals, then the upper limit is excluded. So 0 to 5, here it is 5. So 5, if the frequency is 5 two times, then I don't have to write in this group, I have to write in 5 to 10. If I am having 10 frequency, then I will be writing in the next one, not in this one. I will be writing in the next one. So I will be not writing that 10 in 5 to 10, but I will be writing in 10 to 15. I hope you understood this one, because this is the most important one. This you have already studied in the 9th standard. All these things will be not asked in 10th standard, but the basic knowledge is very much important. So this is the meaning of exclusive. So that means 5, where will I write 5? In 0 to 5? No, I will be writing here in 5 to 10. So that what it means. Exclusive form means upper limit is excluded. So 5 is there, it is not been counted. It is counted only from 0 to 4. But in order to make a continuous frequency, we are getting 0, 5, 5, 10, like 0, 5, 5, 10, 10, 15, 15, 20, 20, 25, likewise. But in inclusive form, there is no continuity. You see 0, 5, 6, 11, 12, 17, 18, 23. There is no continuity. So in such type of class intervals, you have to include both lower limit as well as upper limit. So these are the limits. Now what is the meaning of class size? Class size means what? Upper limit minus lower limit. So 5 minus 0, you are going to get 5. And what do you mean by class mark? If you add those two limits and you divide by 2, you will get the class mark. So this is how it looks like. If I find out the number of people who are traveling from resident to their workplace, I am going to get in this manner. So 0 to 5, tally marks. I hope you understood about tally marks. You have studied all these things in 9th standard. So 0 to 5, you get frequency 5. 5 to 10, you get 11. So likewise, I am getting. If I add all these things, I will be getting summation as 40 engineers. Now, what are class marks? So class marks are addition of 0 to 0 plus 5 divided by 2, it is 2.5. 5 plus 5 plus 10 divided by 2 is equal to 7.5, or I can simply add 2.5 plus 7.5, 12.5, 17.5. If I keep on adding 5 in each of the values, I'll be getting the class marks. So 2.5 plus 5, 7.5, 7.5 plus 5, 12.5. Likewise, I got 32.5. Now here I have written a note. This is for continuous class interval, but for non-continuous, like this one is a non-continuous 0, 5, 6, 11. It is not continuous. This one is continuous. You repeat, you see the repeated number 5, 5, 10, 10, like this. 5, 5, 10, 10, 15, 15, 20, 20. Here it is not repeated. So this part is a non-continuous form. So this is what I have mentioned here. This is for continuous class interval. So this is possible for the continuous class interval. But for non-continuous class interval, you have to go for adjacent factor. That is if it is 0, 5, 6, 11, 12, 15, 12, 17, then you have to subtract 0.5 from lower limit and you have to add 0.5 in the upper limit. So minus 0.5 to 5.5, 5.5 to 11.5, 11.5 to 17.5. This I am making the non-continuous class interval into continuous class interval, and class marks are afterwards they are obtained with the help of this. So class marks are obtained only if there is a continuous. Here not, because I require to have class marks. Okay, anyway, now we are coming up to the graph, because with the table you have to go for the graph. So which graphs you are likely to be asked? Histogram, polygon, frequency polygon, and Ogive. For histogram you require two things: continuous class interval and frequency. For frequency polygon you require continuous class interval, class marks, and frequency. And for Ogive you require continuous class interval, frequency, and cumulative frequency. So let us see these three graphs of this data, and I will be drawing graph on a graph paper, as I cannot do it on the board. So first of all I will draw it and then I will show it to you, all the three graphs for the same data. So let us move on to that part. So let us talk about histogram first. So in histogram you require continuous class interval and frequency. So I have done it on the paper. So this is how it looks. So it's histogram, continuous class interval and frequency is required, so you have to keep this one in mind. So class interval is 0, 5, 5, 10, 10, 15, 15, 20, 20, 25, 25, 30, 30, 35, and the frequencies are 5, 11, 11, 9, 1, 1 and 2 respectively. So the graph that you require to draw is to be in this manner. So first of all we'll draw the y-axis and x-axis. In x-axis we are going to write distance kilometer, that is class interval starting from 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 and 40. And on y-axis we are going to write down frequency. Here the smallest frequency is 1 and the biggest one or the highest one is 11. So it is easy for us to take 1 centimeter equal to 1 for one person. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, likewise up till 11. And you have to mention the scale here. So first one, what is it first? Between 0 and 5. So between 0 and 5. So between 0 and 5, how many people are there? 5 of them. So I mention 5 here. Then next one, between 5 and 10, how many are there? 11. And between 10 and 15, how many are there? 11. So here 5 and 10, 11, and 10 and 15, 11. Then you got 15 to 20, how many are there? 9 are there. So 15 to 20 there are 9. So between 15 to 20 we'll put 9, and then between 20 to 25 and 25 to 30 there are 1. So we'll put it in this manner. And from 30 to 35 to 30 to 35 there are 2 of them. 35 to 40 there are none. So and afterwards we'll join the line and start making like a pillars. So this is how you draw the histogram. I hope you understood. Let us move on to frequency polygon. So let us come to frequency polygon. Frequency polygon requires continuous interval, class marks and frequency. So here all the data are there. I am going to copy the same thing in the paper or in the book. So frequency polygon we require continuous interval, class marks and frequency. So same class marks. How you got class marks? Class marks are obtained by adding upper limit and lower limit and divided by 2. So it is, for the first one is 2.5, and start adding or keep on adding class size 5. So 2.5 plus 5, 7.5, 7.5 plus 5, 12.5. Likewise, if you keep on doing, you will be ending up at 32.5. And you write down the frequencies on the in the next column. So you got class in continuous class interval, you got class marks and frequency, and you have to draw the diagram. Frequency always begins from the one level at the top, because we start with the midpoints, or you can say with the class marks. So 0 to 5, it is a starting point, but the initial point starts from -5 to 0, and it becomes to -2.5, because that is necessary for defining our initiation point for the frequency polygon. So I'm going to perform the same sort of a graph on the histogram, and it is pretty simple. After plotting the graph for histogram, I just simply have to take the midpoints of the graph. So I'll show it to you here. Here the same sort of a graph is there, but I have put midpoint between 0 and -5 is -2.5, between 0 and 5 is 2.5, between 5 and 10 is, here it is 7.5, between 11 and 15 is 12.5. So likewise, so the midpoints I'm going to write here about the class marks in a black pen. So it will be like this. So if you see, you will be able to identify. I've written 2 times, one between the histogram class marks. You will see -2.5, 2.5, 7.5, 12.5, 17.5, 22.5, 27.5, 32.5, and 37.5. That I have mentioned in this manner. Okay, now what you have to do? You have to just join those midpoints. So if we join the midpoints, how does the frequency polygons look like? So your frequency polygon looks like this. Here this is the starting point, so that's what it is. -5 -5 to 0, that is a class mark. And if we add -5 plus 0 upon 2, you get -2.5, and for that you are going to take frequency 0. And here 35, the last part, from this part 35 to 40, 35 plus 40 upon 2, 37.5, and for that the frequency you are going to take again 0. So here frequency will be, so here frequency that you are going to take is 0. So see the graph here. So graph looks like this, same scale, nothing much. So this is how you plot the graph. So it starts from -2.5, then goes to 2.5 and 5, then goes to 7.5 and 11, 12.5 and 11, then here 17.5 and 9, then here 22.5 and 1, 27.5 and 1, then 32.5 and 2, and here 37.5 and 0. And then you have to join all those points, you get frequency polygon. So this is how you do histogram and frequency polygon. I'll show you ogive in the next graph, because it requires to find the cumulative frequency. I remove this one so you can see the histogram. Histogram is mentioned in a red color and frequency polygon is mentioned in the black color. I hope you understood this one. Let us move on to ogive graph. So let us draw the last part, ogive. Ogive curve or ogive graph is also known as cumulative frequency curve, and it requires continuous class interval, frequency and cumulative frequency. So we are taking for the same data. So I have drawn the table, class interval, frequency and cumulative frequency. Class interval is 0, 5, frequency is 5. Likewise we have done, and we have to find out the cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency starts with 5. We write the same number here, 5. Same frequency we write, and we start adding. 5 plus 11, 16, 16 plus 11, 27, 27 plus 9, 36, 36 plus 1, 37, 37 plus 1, 38, 38 plus 2, 40. So, and this 40 is the total number of engineers that we have started in our data. If you remember, so here 40 engineers are there, and our total is also 40 engineers. Now what to to do with the graph, we are going to draw x-axis and y-axis. So x-axis and y-axis looks like this. So here, so this one is x-axis. I have taken upper class limit. So upper class limit starts from, we start from the lowest one 0, then 5, and then we continue with this one. So starting from 0, and suppose here it is 5 and 10, we'll start with 5, but here it is 0 to 5, so we are starting 0, 5, 10 likewise, and we continue up till 35 or 40 or 45, doesn't matter. And we'll write the scale. So I have mentioned the scale as well. And on the y-axis, we are going to take, on the y-axis we are going to take cumulative frequency. So it is starting with 5 and 40. So that means you have to choose those numbers which can include 5 as well as 40. So I have taken a scale of 1 centimeter. Y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 5%. So here 5. So this one block is 5%. 2 block is 10%. So 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So my cumulative frequency starting from 5 to 40 is included. Now let us draw the graph. Okay, so now it goes like this. We are going to take 0. For 0 it is 0. For 5 it is 5. For 10 it is 16. For 15 it is 27. For 20 it is 36. For 25 it is 37. For 30 it is 38. And for 35 it is 40. So now, let us draw. For 0 it is 0. For upper limit 5 is 5. For upper limit 10 it is 16. For upper limit 15 it is 27. For upper limit okay, let me put the graph next to it so you will be able to see. So this is how it goes here. So now I hope you understood. You will be able to understand very easily. Still I require to join those points. Once I join the points, I can join it with the help of a scale or just a free hand, but a thin pencil point I will be using it. But here, in order to show you correctly, I will be using the pen. So let me draw the graph and then you will be able to understand. So this is how the graph looks like. So if you join the point afterwards, so once again I am showing what you have to take. You have to take 0. For 0 it is 0. For this upper class limit, the cumulative frequency is 5. So you have to draw the graph as well. So for 5 it is 5. This is upper class limit, right? This is the upper class limit, and this is the cumulative frequencies, right? So for 0 it is 0. For 5 it is 5. For 10 it is 16. For 15 it is 27. So if you keep on drawing, you will be getting those points, and afterwards you have to join the points. So this is how we draw the cumulative frequency curve or ogive. I hope you understood these graphs. We have seen histogram, frequency polygon, and ogive. We'll start with the exercise now. Thanks very much. If you have any doubts or any questions, please let me know in the comment box. Thanks very much, and thanks for your patience.